Today we're talking about Georgia, the country, not the state. Account opening in Tbilisi, Georgia's capital, has been commonly referred to as the easiest place in the world to open an offshore bank account. And in this video, we're going to show you how you can open bank accounts in Georgia for yourself, how to avoid paying any fees, and how you might be able to open accounts remotely. But before diving in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get alerted every time we post new banking opportunities. Georgia has been all the rage for nomads, permanent travelers, and expats for a few years. And it's no surprise that this extra attention hasn't gone unnoticed. Plenty of middlemen, lawyers, and offshore experts trying to make a quick buck have also descended on Tbilisi. They offer remote opening, quick and easy due diligence, and a few other bells and whistles. You just need to pay them a few $1,000s. Here at GlobalBanks, we help individuals and businesses unlock the benefits of international banking by helping them find and open accounts without paying expensive service providers for their services. To get you started, we have a free non-resident banking starter guide designed to help non-resident and foreigners open bank accounts around the world in places like Georgia. So don't forget to download your copy using the link in the description below. Now, let's get back to opening accounts. Digital nomads, Bitcoin millionaires, and those hunting for cheap residency, lower taxes, and non-CRS banking solutions have all been flocking to Georgia for years. But another group saw Georgia's banking potential first: Russians. And to some, that's cause for concern. Just take a look at Latvia. What happened to Latvia's banking sector due to non-resident banking, heavily weighted towards Russian and CIS clients, is literally a blueprint for what could happen in Georgia. And that wouldn't be great. That said, local support and government initiatives are all pointing in a positive direction. So we're hoping that Georgia stays on a good path. In addition, Georgian banks have big multinational investors, are listed on the London Stock Exchange, and appear to be well managed. On top of that, to help kickstart growth and attract foreigners, the government has implemented favorable tax rates, investment incentives, and an easy visa program. So, everything seems to be pointing in the right direction. As for banking, one of the questions we get asked a lot is, why do people want to bank in Georgia? Well, it's not that foreigners actually want to bank in Georgia, it's more so the fact that banking elsewhere has become incredibly difficult and expensive. This is especially true for non-residents, expats, digital nomads, and anyone living an international lifestyle. So one major reason why Georgian banks are attractive is that they accept just about anyone that can meet their limited requirements. Plus, opening a Georgian bank account is cheap and relatively easy. You can be in and out in 30 minutes if you show up in person. If you compare that to opening accounts in Singapore or Hong Kong, it's a dream. And the likelihood that you will walk out with an active bank account as a non-resident is much higher. Now, the biggest reason why people want to bank in Georgia is that they've heard that they can open accounts remotely. And it's true. In fact, you can open accounts 100% remotely from anywhere in the world as long as you can meet some basic criteria. In general, this is possible if you know where to go, what to ask, and who to talk to. If you're a GlobalBanks insider, you already have all the information you need to open accounts remotely in Georgia through our premium Georgia banking report in the members area of the site. If you're not a GlobalBanks insider, a quick Google search will show you a handful of websites that claim to help with remote opening. Prices range anywhere from $500 to $2,000 and up. We don't recommend this approach, especially since you can access our strategies to open a bank account in Georgia remotely for the price of a membership. Plus, you get help banking everywhere else in the world as well. That said, even for remote opening, we believe Georgia is more of a last resort banking option. It's gained popularity among non-residents and digital nomads because of the problems and challenges that these groups are facing in other countries. That being said, there are pros to banking here as well. For instance, Georgia isn't really offshore, it's more of a midshore jurisdiction. It has a decent reputation. It isn't a tax haven. It's not an offshore financial center. And it's not on any gray lists or blacklists, at least not yet. To date, Georgia hasn't had any highly publicized money laundering scandals like Estonia, Latvia, or Malta. And Georgian banks also aren't losing their correspondent banking relationships, CBRs, like their Caribbean counterparts have been. So, there's no negative stigma attached to banking in Georgia. In fact, most people couldn't locate Georgia on a map. So Georgia is still very much under the radar and doesn't have to worry about the problems that many banks and offshore hubs tend to face. For example, transfers coming to or from Georgia will attract less scrutiny and raise fewer eyebrows than other offshore jurisdictions like Belize, Seychelles, or St. Lucia. And besides their well-documented liberal account opening policies and being a mid-shore jurisdiction, people also like Georgia for banking because the country is relatively economically and politically stable. The last thing we'll touch on before talking about opening accounts is information sharing. Lots of people think if they can open a bank account in Georgia, their banking information won't be shared with their home country or their country of residence. Well, that's not exactly true. In fact, Georgia has already committed to participating in CRS, though not until 2023. The bottom line is this: banking secrecy is over. Hiding money is illegal and not worth the risk. And if you're after these kinds of solutions, you should probably be talking to a tax advisor, an accountant, and a lawyer to see what real options you have, because a bank account isn't going to cut it. Now, while you can't get guaranteed privacy, you can still get some of those benefits if you choose to bank here. Low fees, higher interest rates on fixed deposits, diversification, debit cards that you can use anywhere in the world, relatively easy account opening for most applicants, and remote opening for many clients if you have the right information. Georgia is also a handy banking option if you failed or are struggling to open a bank account in other countries. Also, if you're in the unlucky passport club or have an undesirable tax residency, you might have a hard time getting an American Express card in more developed countries. But if you go to the right bank in Georgia, even this is possible. Likewise, digital nomads who struggle to open accounts and access certain travel programs can use Georgian banks to overcome these hurdles. They won't be the same as other countries, but it is a step in the right direction. Georgia is a decent banking hub for many people, and while it does have some challenges, it's still one of the most accessible banking hubs in the world right now. If you're interested in getting started and opening accounts in Georgia and need help figuring out what to do next, you can get started by using the information I've shared in this video. Or you can get immediate access to our premium Georgia banking report. This report provides valuable insights into the Georgian banking sector, which banks you should consider when applying, step-by-step processes to opening accounts remotely, and you'll also get suggestions on other countries to consider as well. To access this report, all you need to do is join our flagship service, GlobalBanks Insider. With GlobalBanks Insider, you'll get instant access to our entire archive of banking intelligence reports, including our Georgia banking report. And you will also get access to the GlobalBanks database, home to more than 250 banks from 50 plus countries, including detailed bank profiles, client preferences, and a whole lot more. Finally, you'll also get real-time analyst support from our team of experts, ready to answer your most pressing banking questions and to make suggestions on which international banks you should consider to meet your objectives. To learn more, just click the link in the description below. Before signing off, don't forget to hit subscribe and go check out our other videos to gain more insights into the international banking world. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.